Hi, Dawn.
Always unmute. Hi.
How are you? Good. How are you?
Good. Thanks. How are you?
Good.
Good. Doing good. Can you hear me? Can you hear me okay?
I can. Yes.
Oh, good. Good.
I can. I've been talking to a lot of ladies about this being a much more business focused group on growing their business. For before, it used to be a lot of meditation and mindset. So I just had a couple ladies say, wait a minute, I thought this was going to be business growing. So I just told them that this time and I don't know if I'm going to say this or not, but there are a lot of depressed women in our group. So having a hard time. They're trying to pull themselves up. They're depressed. They're COVID. All of that. I got to get my name straight. So if I say something about that, it's just because of the people commenting. Yeah. I don't know why my video goes out sometimes. You are sharing. And here comes Katie. Can you see me okay? It's like all dark over here, isn't it?
Yeah, not too bad though.
Not too bad. Hold on one sec. This might be too bright. Hi, Katie. How are you? Might not be able to hear you.
Hi, Christine. How are you?
Good, Katie. How are you?
Good. I started my Zoom while I'm on the drive, but I plan to try to log in again through my computer when I get home. So I know you probably have to enable the waiting room or whatnot. So I just wanted you to let you know that I'll probably be trying to jump on a different way here when I get home because my phone will die.
No problem at all. I appreciate you joining us. On the phone, we have Dawn Jakubowski with us too.
Hi, Dawn.
Hi, Katie.
She's from Kalamazoo.
Kalamazoo.
Oh, nice.
I'm not from Kalamazoo.
You're from Kalamazoo?
Oh, me?
No,
I'm from, well, I'm in Warren. Yeah.
Oh, Warren, that's right.
I'm from South.
Oh, you're in Warren on the east side?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, wow.
That's cool. You know what?
And where are you at?
We're growing by leaps and bounds. We have people from all over the world joining us.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm in California. I'm closer to Christine. So.
Okay.
Katie's near Grand Rapids, and then Cheryl's close to Grand Rapids, who's coming in now too.
Okay.
I'll probably be doing some introductions while we wait.
Sure.
Katie.
Okay, I'm myself too, so you don't have to listen to
before you mute yourself, though. Before you mute yourself, I want to know what you're doing now.
I joined the Prince Insurance Agency in Caledonia, and I'm a health insurance agent, and I work with under 65, but my main focus is working with folks over 65 with Medicare supplements. And then I'm working on a certification with my plan for the first quarter is to get a certification through the Social Security Administration
Okay.
on how to navigate Social Security.
Nice. That
So,
is going to be
yeah,
fun.
I enjoy it. So Medicare is a very, very complicated subject, and folks just don't know what's available out there to help protect them. And so, and it's no cost to them, which is to use my services to navigate all the different options. So
Good for you. That's a great field to get into.
I do. I love it. Far better than what I was doing. So it's a nice change of pace from the PNC world. So.
Good. Good. You can market to people our age in the sandwich generation, right?
Right. So, well, and that's the other thing. The two things that that really opened my eyes is making sure your retirement's on par and making sure your health is on par now. So, watching
Right.
all these different people come in with shopping bags of medicines, and they take medicines because they're on other medicines and have made other things stop working. And I'm like, oh, I went home, told my husband, I'm like, put down that bag of Doritos.
Right. Right. Okay. So we have several people on the call now, and I want to get started with our first support group in business for business women. I'm going to take a quick snapshot here. So I appreciate all of you for joining us today. And I want to make sure that Kathy and Mary, can you both hear us?
Yes.
Oh, there's Kathy. Mary, are you on? Can I see you, or?
I think I'm on.
There you are. Okay. I'm so excited. Like, literally, I'm excited. I'm seriously excited. I have been teaching people and business owners since 2009 about marketing and sales and how to turn marketing into sales and how to use social media for sales. And now I have been blessed to be able to co-lead this group. And with Women in Connection, that has been around since 2009, I really plan on bringing all of my knowledge and all of my energy to help women business owners to expand and grow their business online. And I couldn't be more thrilled. So I want us to, in the beginning, just unmute quickly so that I can hear your name and everyone can hear your name, because every single event that we have, I want there to be networking and getting to know people, not just me being a talking head telling people what to do. So I'll call your name. Katie's about to get off the phone in her car and go into her house. So I'm going to let her go first. And then if you could unmute yourself, Katie, tell them your name and your business name and your ideal client.
Hi, my name is Katie Weidner. I'm with the Prince Insurance Agency in Caledonia, Michigan. I am a health insurance agent focused on over 65 Medicare folks, and my ideal client is somebody that is in their mid-60s, preferably about 64 and a half, that is looking towards Medicare and not understanding how the process works. I'd love an opportunity to work with them. We also work with under 65 folks, and any person trying to navigate the health insurance world is somebody I would love to educate with. So again, Katie Weidner, Prince Agency in Caledonia.
Thanks, Katie. Mary, I am so thrilled to meet you. It seems like we've been talking on social media for a long time now. So please unmute yourself, name, business name, and your ideal client.
Sure. So my name's Mary Gunther, and I am independent consultant for Scout and Cellar, which is clean crafted wine. And I started this a few months back. I left the workforce because due to the pandemic. So this has been a great thing for me to be doing. And my ideal client is basically anyone, obviously age 21 or up, but anyone that wants to drink wine as it was intended, which is just grapes and nothing else basically. So I'm on a mission to get the good stuff, the clean crafted stuff into everybody's hands and get us to all stop drinking dirty wine off the shelf. So that's what I'm here for.
Interesting. Interesting. I want to learn more about that. Kathy, can you unmute yourself and tell everyone who you are, your business name, and your ideal client?
Yes, I'm Kathy Gilbert, and the business name is KMG Research. I do training with early childhood professionals. So my ideal client is I kind of have two. The courses and the training and things that I do is geared towards the practitioner who's in the classroom. But the people who will probably purchase the packages and training would be like their directors and training organizations and that type of thing. And Katie, I'm 62, so I might want to contact you, even though I'm in Kalamazoo. I mean, I might need some information here.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I work all over Michigan.
Yeah.
Okay, because yeah, I may need help with that as it gets closer.
That is what I want. So we have things scheduled through the entire month, and we're always going to learn, and we're always going to network with one another. Getting to know each other and build relationships comes with everything that we do here. And feel free to put your contact information into the chat box so that we can all see that and connect with your social mediums if you want us to like your pages or go to your Instagram. Oh, my cat Sophia wants to join in on our meeting because it's time for me to sit on the couch with her. That's what she's waiting for. Cheryl, can you unmute yourself and tell us your name, company name, and ideal client? Oh, wait, I hope I can hear you. Sometimes she calls in.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
You can, because I'm on my computer, but I'm also on I started messing with my work phone, so I'm on the phone with IT right now.
Oh.
I told them I have a meeting at 5:30. So
go-
he's still, but I can quickly tell you who I am.
Okay.
So I'll go really quick. Cheryl Borzak. I am a family nurse practitioner and a certified health coach, and that is my business called Here's to Health and Wellness. And my passion about health and wellness is helping people to live healthy lives, not having to develop chronic illness as we age. So that's the my real passion about, and really through the way we eat and live our lives, and also exercise. But really, even I started today on a plant-based challenge through Spectrum Health that I heard about through another organization, and it's about how eating plant-based really will minimize your ability, or minimize the likelihood that you would die from any kind of, certain deaths, they say. So just by changing our diet.
Nice.
So that is through my health and wellness coaching, that's my real passion. Yeah.
Thank you, Cheryl. I believe it because I feel horrible when I eat horribly. And now, Dawn, can you please introduce yourself, your company name, and what it is who is your ideal client, what it is that you're doing right now, maybe.
Okay, this will be fun. Hi, ladies. So nice to meet all of you. My name is Dawn Jakubowski. For the past 15 years, I've had a health and wellness center. Healthful Elements was the name, here in Warren. And we did yoga, Reiki, massage, therapy. What else do we do? Nutritional consultations, tuning fork. We were really getting into it. I stepped away about 2 years ago. I'm still a licensed massage therapist, Reiki practitioner, and integrative health and wellness therapist. But I stepped away I wasn't going to go here, but I feel tied to you all now. I went to work for a state representative, and she's on education and health policy. I also grew up in the healthcare field. So then stepping into the natural health element of everything. So it's interesting because I deal with DHS and Social Security and Medicare. My boss is on education committee. And so, yeah, I feel like everything's interwoven here, and it's just really nice to connect with you all. And yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're very welcome to join us. I was mentioning before some of you ladies got on that in the last 30 days, we have grown our membership by 300 women, and they're from all over, a lot locally, of course, but they're from all over the world. And I'm not kidding. It is so exciting because it's women who want to do work with other women. And now that almost everyone is online, we can do that pretty much. Like even Katie, I think people from all over the state, you can help, right? Like what you just said. And Mary, you probably can ship wine wherever it is that they need it, right? And
I forgot that I love wine too. And I love wine, so.
Yeah, right.
Wine's always a good conduit, isn't it? So
I'm interested.
Christine, how many members are in Women in Connection now?
There's 3,000 women connected within the Meetup program, you know, the app called Meetup. There's 3,000 women. I'm just now learning that application. There doesn't seem to be much activity between people, but they sign up through the events. And that's where Leah and Rivka used to do most of their work. I'm shifting us over to mainly be on Facebook. I am working with a lot of women who also have women's groups. And that's why I'm connecting with so many people around the world, is because I'm trying to get their women's groups to network with our group so that we can have these conversations between us on a regular basis. And then once a month be working with all these other women from around the world. And it's easier if they invite their people. And Facebook is a lot more engaging and a lot more active. And that's where I've gotten it up to over 1,400 now with 900 active members. So that's a pretty active Facebook group. And I was mentioning in the beginning of this, I don't think all of you are on, I came from, since 2009, I've been teaching people how to grow their businesses online and in real life. And I absolutely love it. So I've been turning the tides a bit, or a lot actually, on this group and really focusing in on business growth and how to turn marketing into sales. But it's all about relationships, right? It's the relationships between us, but it's a relationship between you and your client that's really going to make it into sales. And everything I do is using free and low-cost tools. It's been my shtick since 2009. And it's because I was in the corporate world for 25 years, and Amway, Herman Miller, and I left and I had $0 budget, right? I had to make the same on-brand, amazing experience, but I had zero money, where I used to have like $1 million a project that I worked on, right? So once I figured out what tools were effective, then I just kind of like started to teach my clients it, because it wasn't fair that so many people were charging so much money for marketing tools and services when most people could do it on their own. And I just started to say that. I'm just sure I have a bad reputation with the other agencies in town. It is true. A lot of them don't invite me or anything to their events, but I don't care because the right thing to do is to teach people. And even when I work with them as a client, they go through some of these phases so that they understand how much work I'm putting into it, and they can make better decisions based on, we can make better decisions if they know a lot about it too. And all of you are the content providers. I mean, it's your knowledge that we're rolling out. It's only important for you guys to be involved. So there even is learning involved with the clients that I teach. Can you guys see this slide behind us? The January slide?
Mhm.
Okay, so I committed to this super exciting and robust schedule for 6 months. And we are going to have 5 interactions every month, and they're spread out throughout the month so that we can learn, meet people, connect with people, hopefully do business with people, try things that you've learned, come back, and at the next experience, same thing. Network with people, learn, talk about what we just learned from the last one and how it worked out or how it didn't work out, get some advice from other people and creative ideas. So I went through January, February, March, all the way through June, and I don't typically ever do things on a Monday night. This was a mistake. I'm not a good Monday person. But so it's usually on Tuesdays that we meet as a business support group. And this is going to be probably a guest speaker of some sort each time. Nothing is set in stone because we're going to make this what is the best for the people attending, with me guiding it, right? We're going to be doing creative ideas, problem solving, so you can bring to us challenges that you're having. Sometimes it's going to have the guest speaker, like I said, but it's going to be a little training. I have listed out all of my trainings right here. Do you see all of them? So there's a lot of trainings that we can do. We just lost somebody. There's going to be a lot of trainings that we roll out. There's going to be workshops, but every month the members when you're a Women in Connection member, that means you paid $47 for that month to attend all of these. And so today's support group is a business support group. Then the 16th is going to be start off the series of turning marketing into sales. So all of you know, probably, I think, that I have this curriculum. And this curriculum is about teaching people how to use free and no-cost tools and turn marketing into sales. I'm going to roll out these trainings into small groups all throughout these months, right? Hold on, I can't see everybody. I hate seeing me and nobody else. That's what I don't like that. That's not what I like. I don't like that. And then we're going to have intentional networking. So that's more like the meetup group, and that's what it always used to be, a networking experience before. That's still the 3rd Tuesday of every month. And we're going to be getting that to be bigger and bigger and bigger. And I found a really amazing networking program called Blitzer. And I've tossed it out a couple of times to our Women in Connection, and it's like crickets. Like, it's a new program. Who can bring on a new program, right? But it's called Blitzer. And what happens is, it's so fun. I love it. I put us all in a split. You download the app, and then what you do is I talk, or we have a presenter, or whatever it is we do during the first beginning of that, which is usually some kind of learning, and then we're going to blitz. And what happens is the program will pull you and one other person together, and it's like speed networking. You get 5 minutes and 5 minutes, and then you can exchange connections afterwards. and then you're sucked out of that room, and then you're put back into the next room with somebody else, and you get 5 minutes and 5 minutes, and you get to talk about what it is you're doing and your ideal clients and things like that. And it goes through the processes like that. And then afterwards, you're able to connect with everyone again. And it was so fun. I was meeting people. I got one speaker, this woman from Toronto. She does cybersecurity, so she's going to be a speaker on cybersecurity. They're just cool. And then I was talking to this one guy, and he goes, "Hey, you should talk with Eric. Have you talked with Eric yet?" And then he gave me his last name. So when I met him through, I got zoomed into a room with him, I would know who he was because he also worked with small business owners. So it was just fun. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to all step outside our comfort zone because that's what I do on a daily basis. So you're all going to come with me. And then that same day in the afternoon, we're going to do another business support group. So there's one in the beginning of the month, and then there's one in the third week of the month. And that's, again, learning, networking, supporting one another, bring your challenges and questions. I will probably have you all give me your questions ahead of time. And then if we start having a lot, we'll just have certain questions answered on certain times. We'll put it on a schedule. And then I have something called Power Hour, where we meet. Here comes Mary again. Got to have patience with this online stuff. Power Hour is we meet once a month as a small group. And hi, Mary. We meet once a month as a small group, and it's dedicated time to create your social media and your marketing content for the upcoming month. So what I've done is I have taken and created in group format what it is we all need. We need connection. We need other women. We need to feel like we're not doing this all by ourselves. We need support. We need education, right? We need to be checking in on goal setting and accountability. Those are for the support group. So I tried to put together everything that we need, and I feel really good about it. One of my biggest goals is to help 1 million women within 5 years, and I got that message given to me a year or two ago, and I kept going, 1 million women, are you kidding me? I was like 1,000, and that's not even near big enough. So it's 1 million, and I'm sticking to it, and it's not going away. So this membership's going to help me. What we did was, instead of launching the Turning Marketing into Sales series of trainings, I met Dawn Jakubowski on LinkedIn because I'm a huge LinkedIn person right now, and I want to teach all of you how to use it too. And we were talking, and I was telling her about how many of the members and women who are thinking of being members are struggling so much right now because we just spent one of the most hellacious years in isolation, and a lot of unknowns, a lot of isolation, a lot of decision making on our own, not a lot of group effort on anything. A lot of the women that I know and I've been talking with completely set their business on a shelf, and they haven't looked at it in so long, and they're having a really hard time picking that ball back up because it's not a light ball, right? It's not a balloon. It's a really big, heavy ball, right? It's like a mountain, and you don't just pick it up and put it down and have it working smoothly. And a lot of the women are, where do I even start? So I thought it being very appropriate when I happened to talk with Dawn, because everything happens to me, it just comes to me. I put it out in the universe. I say, I don't know how I'm going to help change the ladies' mindsets and how many people are struggling, because I only know marketing. I don't know how to help change mindsets. And I just happened to talk to Dawn that day, and she has a meditation to help us see things differently and think of the 2021 year to be exciting and prosperous for all of us, right? This is how I am going to feed my children. So it needs to be prosperous for me. And I can't tell you how many forward steps I've made in the last couple months. And I want to just teach all the ladies in the group to do it too, for real. Um, so I would like to make sure, if you are interested in becoming a member, there's a lot more. Let me real quick, Dawn, before we start, I want to show you now too all of the benefits that I have created or turned into the Women in Connection group. Let me share this screen. Can you see the Women in Connection website? Oh, whoops. You can see it? Okay. We are going to have, like I just said, and this is not going to be a big commercial every single time. This is just our first event of the year. But they're bi-weekly support groups. The members are going to be able to advertise their business on a regular basis. It'll be scheduled out. And it's not going to be a massive amount of people being able to post whatever they want to post. It's going to be our members posting their business, or maybe me posting it for them. I'm not sure yet which one. A monthly marketing training. So like all of my classes are going to focus on what it is that you can do with free and low cost tools to move your business forward. We're going to have more intentional networking. I'm not saying the word BNI, but I'm saying I really want to encourage the relationships that we're building to buy from one another. So we're going to have a member directory, and I'm going to be promoting that member directory more. I'm going to be giving some kind of incentive for women who buy and give money to other women. And I'm going to encourage our ladies to not discount our prices and things like that. Just really focused on helping one another grow. It's going to be great visibility for your brand, because when I have your website on our website, it provides great search engine optimization for yours. And we will be sending people to that directory more often. And so this is not an SEO class, but the more websites that have your URL and your name on it, the higher up in Google, Bing, and Yahoo is your website. That's what I mean by search engine optimization. So if I put your name and company name in our member directory, and then I put it in the Facebook group and things like that, all that's doing is not just giving you visibility, but it's really helping your search engine optimization. I want to do coaching and support, and I'm going to do a women's summit for international business growth. So it's going to be called Business Growth Summit for International Women Business Owners, or something like that. That's going to be in March. I'm going to always give free tips on marketing. And then I want us to be your group for marketing questions and stuff going forward. And there's a lot of other things too. I can give the members in Women in Connection my marketing agency discount on printing. So lots of things. Like I don't need to make money on printing. I would rather have the pricing for an agency pricing go down to you folks, right? I'm going to give sometimes 50% off my services for marketing for the women who are in the membership. You can get promotional videos created at 50% off. I'll help you create your scripts. It's like everything everyone needs. It's really cool. I am really proud of myself. Then there's the Power Hour, and it's only $47 a month. And then there's other packages too, but I'm not even focusing on those. So what happens with these other packages, if you're a professional member, I start to do more things with you personally to grow your business. So I start to give you more services. And then as a sponsoring member, I'm only taking 12 of those a year. But like I did sponsorships for Herman Miller. I got sponsorships down. Like I know how to do sponsorships. So that is more like being a sponsor member is like you're highlighted. That's $2,700 a year, $225. And you get all the things we've talked about, plus a lot more of my consulting. You get Facebook Live feature interviews and all kinds of things. 4 free hours of consultation per month, just all kinds of things. But I am not really focused on selling those spots yet, but they are available. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Raise your hand to the mic, the camera if you do. No questions? Do you guys give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down or a maybe, or what do you think? You don't like it, Katie?
I thought thumbs down for no question.
Oh.
So, no, I love your energy. I always think you're amazing. I love listening to you talk. So.
Oh.
Sorry.
I'm like, I have put like 80 hours of work into this, and you go.
I was trying to keep my mute on to be not a talk hog, and so I thought thumbs down for no question. I'm sorry. It's Monday.
Oh no, that is hilarious because
Sorry.
literally this is the first time I've launched it like verbally like this, and that is just really
Wait
funny.
for me to make your heart drop a notch. Sorry about that.
I adore you so much, Katie. It's so cool that you did that actually. What a good story. I'll probably be telling that to my grandkids.
Something to meditate about in a minute. So.
Hey, right. So if there are not any questions, right now, so there's a lot of things I'm going to be teaching you. Like this sheet is no lie. This is like, I don't know if you can see it, but all these things is is my content calendar that I'm going to be rolling out. And one of them is like, what kind of shopping cart do you use? Because literally, and I never teach women or suggest women use a free or low cost tool unless I know it's a good tool to use and I've used it, because I have been put through the ringer trying to learn all these programs and which ones are the most beneficial and which ones are not worth the energy and what you get the most out of and stuff. And shopping carts are tough. It's tough. But the one we have right now attached to this Weebly, it's called Square, and it does not do reoccurring payments. So right now, all the members are going to have to pay every month each time instead of having to be a reoccurring charge. But if I'm not going to complain, I'm not a complainer. Huh?
How does the pay as you go work if you don't want it? Like tonight's thing is $17. Where would be the link to pay for that? Or do you, when you sign up, will there be an option to pay?
I'm gonna make a $17, for the support groups, and it's $27 for the trainings, and then it's I think it's 27 for the 27 for the power hour. So then each time I have one of those, so I'm going through Facebook and I'm creating the 6 networking events, and then I'm creating the 12 support groups, and I'll put the link to pay for it on all of them. Yeah. Okay. So if there's no questions, everybody say hi to Dawn's mom, because Dawn's mom is going to watch this video. Hi, Dawn's mom. You raised a great daughter because she's amazing. I am going to turn, I didn't know I looked like a dork. I'm going to turn my microphone
Can't hear you, Christine.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
I'm actually kind of being greedy on this one because I have literally been, I'm already psyched for 2021. Like there is no stopping me in 2021. I am like a tornado. But I do need to chill a little bit. And a meditation sounds really good to me too. So I'm going to enjoy it too. So Dawn, you can tell us a little bit about what we're going to experience, because I don't know very much about meditation and stuff. And then take us right through it, okay?
Okay. All right. Thanks again. And yeah, I had just recently done a guided imagery, mindfulness meditation for a class that I was taking. So the timing was perfect, and I thought I'd throw it out to see if anybody could benefit from it. So meditation, I'm gonna explain everything as we get into it. But this meditation is around changing your perspectives. So, you know, for this coming year, 2021, changing our perspectives to help our intentions to manifest the life we want to create, goals we want to achieve in 2021. It's a basic meditation and can be practiced by anyone. So I'm going to do the best I can. And I apologize in advance if you hear a dog trying to juggle a 13-year-old to keep her quiet. So I'm going to invite you to take a minute and get into a comfortable position. If you're sitting or laying down, if you're seated, if you can maybe uncross your legs just to keep the flow of balance going and energy going at an even level. So just find a comfortable position and make any adjustments. Probably be between 5 and 10 minutes is what I have. We'll see how we're doing. So so I'd like to invite you to close your eyes. You just close your eyes and know that you are in a safe space. And we're gonna, I know it's Monday night. It's been a first Monday back for some. Just ask any unwanted thoughts or worry to step away. And if you find them, wander back in. Just ask them to come back later. And allow yourself just to be present now in this space, and an opportunity to turn our thoughts inward and give us this time to be mindful of ourselves, our breath, our intention on manifesting. So meditation is a form of relaxation. It ties all the senses together to bring harmony and balance between the mind, body, and soul. And it allows you to use your ideas, your emotions, your experiences, and interpretations to rebalance your body, set clear intentions, and can allow a pathway for your creative self to grow. So let us begin. We're going to start with focusing on your breath. So let's take a deep breath in. We're going to inhale through the nose, slowly and deeply, filling your diaphragm completely, deep with oxygen, and then exhale slowly through your mouth. We're going to release all the old stagnant toxins from your lungs, cells, all the way out. So when you even feel like you've reached a point of your exhale that is ended, see if you can push just a little bit more air out, really cleanse the lungs. We're going to take another deep breath the same way. In through your nose, exhale through your mouth. And let's take another deep breath the same way. And if it's available to you, go ahead and allow the breath to be observed as it passes, becoming more and more aware of the space around you. Notice how your breath feels when it leaves the body. And maybe you're able to focus your attention to your body. Notice how it feels. Are there any areas of tension or may feel uncomfortable at this time? Just notice and let it be. And then just let your breath become a normal inhale, exhale, gentle, take notice. How is your breath now from when it first began? And now we're going to turn our attention and imagination to a bright, big blue sky. You can imagine yourself on the grass or on a beach or just lying down any place of your choice and looking up, noticing the clouds, noticing which way they're moving, and notice their formation. Do you see pictures, shapes? Are they big, white, puffy clouds, small, light or dark? And then start to change your perspective as you see these clouds passing by and become an observer of the clouds or the weather passing with the clouds. And without thinking, just watch them, observe them. Find a place of complete and utter peace. And in this moment, as you take yourself out of the equation, just observe what you see. And what elements can you bring into what you see? Are there winter clouds before a snowfall? Dark clouds before a storm or lightning? Are they summer clouds? Are there any smells? What do you hear? Is there animals in nature, or is it quiet? Are they fall clouds that will bring a windy day to catch the leaves and rearrange them? Are they nourishing clouds with precipitation in the spring that will feed creatures and natures for their growth? So where were you when you began looking at these clouds? And where are your clouds at now? Do they change or stay the same? I invite you now to just take a moment and reflect on the time and space you're in now. Notice how the clouds can represent situations in our own lives and how situations can change with our own thoughts or by taking ourselves out of the equation for a moment. You can use this changing imagery to change your perspective in your daily lives as well. Take one last moment to allow yourselves to be empowered with that thought. And at any time you feel stressed, defeated, questioning your calling, looking to find your purpose, or develop new successes in 2021, call to mind how you can be creative within yourself, be guided by your intention and imagination to change the perspective to create the best version of yourself in 2021 and in your future. So let's slowly bring our awareness back to our breath again. Equal amounts of air in through the nose, out through the mouth. We're going to take another deep inhale all the way in. Gently exhale through your mouth. Begin to bring your awareness back down from the sky, clouds. Start to feel the pull of gravity back down to the earth, grounding you back to this time of now, reconnecting your body, mind, and soul to this time and place. Start to take notice of your fingers and toes. Maybe wiggle them or rotate them if you're able. And when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. And I want to thank you for this opportunity, and I wish you all the best in this new year. Love and light.
Thank you.
Everyone can unmute their microphone. I appreciated that very much, Dawn. I have ADD, And that really helps my brain to slow down.
Mm,
Some of my
We all need
classes,
it.
yeah,
yeah.
right. I have even
That's
a
good.
class in here about people, business owners with ADD and stuff we can put into place that I've had to put it, I call them tactics to get through the day. And the struggle is real for sure. And I wish that the ladies that I've been talking with that are really struggling could have been on this call today, because that was very, very important. And when I think about us managing our own business, I think about how many years have all of you, I don't know what you did previously, Mary, but I know everyone else, but like, how many years have we put in so much energy and work and hours towards other companies, right? Towards other people.
Dreams.
Huh?
Other people's dreams.
Other people's dreams. How many hours and hours? When I was at Herman Miller, I worked probably 60, 70 hours or more a week.
Mhm.
I didn't get a dime more than what I was getting for it. I loved every minute of it. I'm not complaining, but it's
Right.
time now for me to put that same energy into myself, right? It's time for us to put that same energy into ourselves. And there's our training program is called Heart, Mind, and Moxie, because what I had to experience over the last 2 years was removing toxins from my life, both physical, environmental, and then some people that I realized were toxic to me. And then I realized that I was allowing that toxicity from way back in high school, similar people in my life. And I was just like blown away at how much I've turned my life upside down and how much happier I am now and how much energy I have to give to myself and my kids now. And that's what I mean by heart, mind, and moxie. So we're going to have these kinds of things. I put up a post the other day about burning away the things that no longer serve us. We just need to burn them and get them out of our life, right? And I don't know how old all of you are, but I'm 54 and I don't have the energy to carry that stuff around anymore. I had to let it go, right? So hopefully some of the sisters, it's not just going to be about business, 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 business. It's going to be the fact that we're women in business. And when we were brought up, I don't know when or where or how it was ever said to me, but you know, don't like be humble, let other people go first, put other people first, take care of others. Those things were in my life that a lot of that doesn't work for me anymore.
Right.
So I'm going to
That's
be
a
trying
lot of women.
a lot of women, and I don't even know
We
where it
take
came
that
from.
role.
What's that?
We take that role, and then we have to always do. We have to take care of everything, and but if we don't put ourselves first, it's all about filling that cup. Right? You gotta fill yours
Right.
first before you can fill anybody else's. And this, I just finished a mindfulness class over the weekend, and it said that meditating and being mindful, just mindful, studies are still in the past 10 years new with what it can actually, the research on it, but it can change, I think it said 8 different parts, it uses 8 different parts of your brain when you're meditating, being mindful, but it can also lead to better decision making. So we need that when we're in business or, moving forward in our life. So
Yeah, I am right there with you. I do this thing called a heart and mind meld. where when women are in taking my Marketing Mastery Academy and they're not sure which one area of their business they want to focus on, because a lot of times something will make them money, but the other thing will make them a lot happier. So we do we put everything in a graph, right? So that they can visually see hearts, dollar signs, hearts, dollar signs. And at the end of the day, it's out on paper. And that's part of mindfulness. You know, I have them track their thoughts and what their heart is telling them for 2 weeks. And then we make the decision. And then a lot of the times, I can't even tell you how many women I've trained. And then they're like, I hate doing this. And I'm like, don't do it. Whoop. You're not doing it anymore. Gone. You know what I mean? It's just so fun. But alone, she didn't have that ability to stop doing it because someone was relying on it or whatever. But we don't let people rely on stuff that we don't like anymore, ladies. So
I
there's
think a
gonna
lot
be
of women need that affirmation that it's okay to do that.
yeah, and it blows me away. Like people will say, I've been doing that for years and I hated it. It's like, why do you do it then? I don't know, because that's what they wanted me to do, you know, and
Don't want to disappoint, thought you had to, don't want to make waves.
no, like the way us saying no for some reason, I've never said it before, but I've said it numerous times the last year and a half, and nothing bad has happened. Not once since I've said it. They just go, oh, okay. Then what
Well-
other day do you have available or whatever it is?
Right. And haven't you learned that when you say no, it opens up opportunities for yeses to come down? If you never say no, then you don't know what you missed by not saying no. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because other people's
Other opportunities are going to pass because you decided to focus down a road that you weren't even happy with anyway. So
yeah, and then your life is dictated by other people's schedules, other people's priorities. And I just felt like a fish in a river. Like I was just going down this river. I thought everything was hunky dory till I like looked up over the I'm like, wait a minute. Why is everything stuck in my life right now? Because I'm not happy. So does anyone have any questions? I'm going to be publishing, I'm going to put these classes in more of, there's a lot. What I'm going to have to do is, remember that January listing? I'm going to have to add in some workshops where you can take the worksheets from some of these, and then we take a couple hours and we just work on them. And then the next time we get together, we can talk about them in a support group, because a lot of those things I cannot in good faith tell you just to skim over the top of it. And we have to really talk about some of the things or it's a waste. So we'll have some workshops in there, and you know, members will get a discount, of course, and nothing's going to break your bank. You know, nothing's going to be outrageous. I want at the end of this year or the end of the 6 months to have some really good success stories and that I helped some women, right? That's what I want. Does anybody have any questions?
I have a business question.
Good.
This says I am new to owning basically my own little business with, because I'm a 1099 independent contractor with her. So can I just ask the silly question of whether or not having BNI memberships or memberships like that, is that considered a business expense that's a tax write-off?
100%.
Because I'm learning all the quarterly stuff too, and that's a lot of fun. Not really.
I was gonna say, what?
No.
Yeah. So
So-
every time you pay, you get you should be getting a receipt from my shopping cart. I make a folder in my email that on my desktop that says 2020 accounting, and I slide every email receipt over into that. And then I also keep
Oh.
attachments out in my desktop. And then you're supposed to like fill in your spreadsheet every month. And if you're diligent and smart,
Yeah.
did I
Do
ever?
it now, do it later, right?
April 13, I'm like, stacks of like receipts are everywhere.
Yeah, sorry, I know that had nothing to do with this, but
No,
There
this is,
you go.
these are women helping other women. This is important. Also keep your
Yeah.
car registration, keep your amount like 129, your car registration, your phone bill.
Right.
I did keep, it's only a little bit of your house that you can write off because it has to be 100% only used
Right.
for work.
yeah, I go to the office, so that's all right. So
Yeah.
Katie,
I don't plan to get that detailed. I don't make that much yet, but I was just curious.
my tax guy, our guy that does our taxes, I asked him when I started this, and he just said, like, keep a simple spreadsheet, like, you know, you can break it out into like supplies or, you know, travel or whatever. But he's like,
Right.
you know, for 1099s, like, just make sure like you have a spreadsheet, and then, yeah, just keep your documents, and really it should be, it's pretty straightforward. So I'm just keeping stuff even if I'm unsure, because then he can tell us maybe
Right.
it's not
Yeah.
okay or not. But
Okay, fair enough. Thank you.
Yeah. I've given some thought to your job, Katie, and if I were you, you probably already know this. I would do a lot of marketing towards people our age in the sandwich generation, like what we talked about before, about, hey, get your mom and dad in front of me because I can help explain it. And you don't have to do that because you don't know what the hell you're talking about anyway. And you don't want to anyway. Right? So
I do have to say, for anyone that's just starting out in a new business, I went from being a salaried employee, very stable, perks of company jobs, or company car and Christmas bonus, which I do kind of miss, but maybe not for long. But I've never felt more free and guilt free, because I have 4 children. The fact that I'm responsible for bringing in an income now, and if Thursdays I don't have any appointments, then I'm not sitting trying to prove that I'm worthy of my paycheck that day. Thursdays I will work on either a part of my business, or I will go do children things, or I will work in my Rotary, and it's just taken a whole like half of my head is free of guilt and concern and worrying about deadlines, because I'm just limited. I'm able to make those choices. So I know a couple of folks also said that they just kind of started and such, and it's an amazing experience, something that I wish I would have done years ago. So
yeah, sister. That makes my heart happy to hear that. It's definitely not easy because you eat what you hunt, right?
right.
But before you hunted and then gave it over to somebody else, right? So I know I felt like I was gonna fall out of my chair when you said 200 dials a day or something like that.
Oh, for last year, or when I was in my old position or whatnot, I had high goals for that one, but that was still a salaried position. But even before that, it was claims and management in a large office, and training, and it was a never ending job. But the whole reason that I continued was I was half the income, and I was the health insurance, and I was the stability, and I had lots of perks, and I worked 60, 70 hours a week all the time, and I loved it. Don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed working for auto owners, but
Yeah.
my concern was with 4 kids, that if I quit, what happens with my husband's job, and I'm half the income, and what, if I quit, then what, and such. And never in a million years did I think that the month after I would quit, the world would shut down from a global pandemic. Was not on a top 10 of my fears, my friend. So, and I'm like, if anything, the worst that could have possibly happened of my fears was like 100-fold from me quitting a guaranteed paycheck. And then since then, though, I'm talking about, saying, no to that job anymore. Not only did I feel better because I hated the job I had after auto owners, but a friend of mine, actually one of my son's friend's grandparents owned a greenhouse and they couldn't find anyone to help plant, and she needed physical help to plant. So I went and worked while the world was shut down and physically planted flowers and learned how to grow plants. And it was a beautiful thing for my head to be physically working because the gyms were shut down, and mentally not stressed because the job was just demanding. And then from that turned into Melinda called me out of the blue asking if I wanted to join her team, but then that turned into me working at a farm, a celery farm, and helping harvest the celery harvest, because with the federal unemployment checks coming through, they couldn't find any workers. And so I packed by myself 48 physical tons of celery, 10 pounds at a time. And it was the most, and I got to ride a four-wheeler, and I got to cut my own broccoli, which then I learned how to blanch and freeze on my own freezer. And it was, all of that happened because I finally had the courage to quit a job I hated during a global pandemic. So this has been just an amazing year this year, all because I had the courage finally to say no, because I realized, what happens if I quit? You find another job if you can't make it on your own, right? So
Yep.
that's what I've decided at 45, whereas 10 years ago, I didn't think I was worthy of anything. If I quit that job, it was like a fear of finality, that if I quit, I could never go back, or I could never find another job because no one would find my worth. And now at 45, I'm like, I look good in orange. If I have to go work at Home Depot and wear a smock, so be it. I'll do whatever I need to do to pay the bills until I figure out what I want to do, because life's too short to not enjoy life and not enjoy
It
work.
changed your perspective.
Certainly did. So
All of that.
See, this is why I keep the mute on and I put my little finger down. So
No, that's an amazing story. And you know what I think is that your other jobs were tough, but guess what it did? It taught you how to do the 200 dials, how to do the process, how to keep people on a list, how to follow up with people. It taught you everything you needed to know to be successful in what you're doing. It's like all roads led to this, even the salary, right?
Definitely stepping stones. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm proud of you. That's a great story. Does anybody else want to tell us about the stories that you experienced through COVID?
Katie's story resonated with me a lot, like almost, different for me, but similar. So when this all started, so my background, Christine's in human resources. So I've been doing that for years. I have a master's degree. I have SHRM certification. I dedicated a lot into that career path, a lot of time and energy. And so I also recently started my family a few years ago. And so when the pandemic hit us, I was pregnant and I was like, yeah, I'm not going back in. Like, it was scary. And my husband and I decided like I was going to leave the workforce and stay safe and just be here with the kids too. And because I have a 2.5-year-old and a 5-month-old.
Oh.
And now. And so then I'm just doing the stay-at-home thing, but like I really miss work and working because I've worked since I was 15. And so I kind of just like pivoted into this wine thing, and it's really worked out good. And I honestly now I don't know if I see myself ever going back to like a traditional job. Like I'm going to keep maybe my credentials for a while, but like, I don't know. Like, I don't think, especially like I can see myself doing this for a long time. So, and it's fun and I've been successful. And so Christine, why your group is appealing to me is because I have an HR background and, like some basic like social media and marketing knowledge, but not like, I really need more of that to do this e-commerce, wine thing. So I'm doing good on my own, but I think that's why I'm interested in the group too, is just like, I need more of that, like the back knowledge, like behind the scenes on this stuff, because that's what I'm doing now. So anyway, so it's just kind of funny. Like your story really hit me too. Cause it's like, yeah, like I'm like, I don't know. Like, and plus leaving human resources this year was like the best choice I ever made. Those people are like
What a
a
nightmare.
different rule every day. Like,
Yeah.
and so I don't even know like I don't even know if I'd ever want to do it now.
I have a burning
That's
desire. Yeah. I have a burning desire to like burn all of my office clothes that I wore for so many years. I'm like, well, first of all, I got my money's worth. If I need to go back and get a JCPenney shirt and another line skirt, I can go do that. But I told my husband, I'm like, I just have a burning desire to just rip them all out of my closet and get rid of them. I don't, they represent my past stuffy office job. And I don't, if I showed up in a suit working with somebody to talk about Medicare, they're going to go, what are you doing, Dal? You don't
give them to a women's resource center down at
Yes.
678 Front Street.
There you go.
So, but yeah, I'm like, I don't even like them in my closet anymore. I don't plan to go back to that anymore. I've changed too much, but I can appreciate that. And Mary, just to let you know, you will get sleep again.
Right.
I'm one of those people that like kids sleep really good at night. So sorry.
For a decade. I didn't really.
But that could change on a drop of a hat. So like it could change. So.
Yeah. Well, good. That might have to do with you being home too, though.
Well, all of us too. My husband's been working from home. So it's actually been like a blessing. Like we've spent so much time together, which in normal before would never have happened. So I don't know. I think like people working from home too is like, no one's going to go back. Like, I think the whole work in itself is changed now. So anyway, so it's interesting times, but I'm also pumped for this year too. I just need to balance my like family life with this and it's happening. It's just hard because I want to like go 110 miles an hour on this and I can't, it's just, but I want to, but I can't.
I get it. Kathy, what about you? What's your COVID story?
Yeah, so my job at Western Michigan University as the director for 22 years disappeared the summer before COVID. So I retired. So I'm technically living on my retirement funds right now. Luckily, the stock market's not been doing too bad, so I've been doing okay. But I had planned on doing like the training and that stuff as like supplemental income for my retirement because I enjoy it and I enjoy working with people. So I kind of kicked that job disappearing kind of kicked me into this, starting my own business sooner than I had anticipated. I thought I was going to be another 5 years down the road or so. And so I have no clue what I'm doing. And I realized that I know everything about running a childcare center. And I know everything there is about, training. And I know a lot about early childhood, the theories and the practices. And I'm good with kids and all that sort of, all those things. I am not good at being self-employed. I have struggled with creating a routine. I mean, I knew what I was doing at work every day. I knew how to organize my time. I knew what needed to be done. I don't have a clue. So I've been struggling. But I will say that there are blessings in all of this because had they not closed the center and I was allowed to retire, I wouldn't have any money. Because I sure didn't have any things saved up enough to like make it through this. What if I was still at Western at the child care center, had they not closed it, this is one hell of a time for child care center directors. And at my age, I'm not even sure I would want to physically be there. Like I've been working with a couple centers and I am not physically present in their centers right now. Even though they're back to being open because I still feel like I'm at risk. I'm 62, I just don't feel comfortable with it yet. I don't know if my daughter had it and she's had some major issues with her lungs. I'm an ex-smoker. I've only been smoke-free for a year. I don't know if I'd survive and I don't want to take the chance. So that blessing and the stress, because I have a lot of stress-related things that go on with my body, gastrointestinal, heart, all this stuff. Like when I'm under stress, my body doesn't like it anymore because I've spent so many years in a high stress profession. I don't know if people realize, but childcare director is a high stress profession. with very
Huh.
little money. My body has like reset, and I am calmer, and I don't have to take medication for certain things, and I don't have issues. And so now this year I'm trying to like get back in track, get back, create some sort of schedule for myself, quit sleeping till noon. I don't, well, 10 o'clock. Try to like set a schedule, get some work sense like I always had when I was going in for someone else. And so I've got a friend being an accountability partner. I've got another friend that's going to try to, he's been working for himself forever. He's going to try to help me like figure things out. This group I'm hoping will help me figure things out, keep me on track and accountable. So
Yeah. We're
this
gonna
year
have,
I'm going to make money.
that's
I mean,
right.
I'm making money through these other centers with a grant project, but I mean, I want to make like enough money that I can quit pulling from my retirement account.
Yeah. And I was excited. I wanted to call you this morning. It was about, so what I teach people is how to use free and low cost tools, but then the processes. So like this morning I got up, it's the 1st of January, so I queued up my e-newsletter to my people in my database. I sent that out, and then throughout the day, I watched how many people opened it. I did my stuff that I had to do for marketing, and by 10 o'clock, I was open to then start planning the thing in March and to do other things. So the processes part is something that we do in our Heart, Mind, and Moxie Marketing Mastery Academy. And I talk a lot about processes in these trainings too. So I think maybe process would be, I'll put it up there higher on the list. Actually, what I'll do is be teaching you the things that we'll learn about those tools that would be easy to implement into a process. So that every day you get up and you do this and you do this and you do this. It's no stress. You already know what you're going to do and what you're going to say, and it gets done, right? So
Yeah, I did my to-do list for this week, and, broke the tasks I want to get done. So it's like I'm trying to like go back and do some of the things that worked for me when I was an employee and running the center and stuff, but I don't have a workflow like I did there because I knew what I was doing, and I had a routine that I did, and I knew when things had to be done, and that's what I'm trying to like recreate. So yeah, I definitely think the processes, the workflow, getting a sense of, getting up in the morning and knowing that these are the things that need to get done today, and, and how to go about doing them.
Why don't we do that? Because Katie worked a lot on schedules and processes. Mary, I'm sure when you were in your office as HR, you had processes. Dawn, you have a lot of processes and a rhythm and cadence that you would follow at work. And Cheryl, she's going to tell us a little bit about her story, but I think what we'll do is, why don't we set that for this support group, then talking about this month, we set up our priorities, and then we talk about and give each other idea of what we do usually in the morning, in the afternoon, and then hopefully not at night. I try really hard to stop. And the reason these are at different times is because I'm trying to find out what time and days work best for most people. It's really hard. But then let's plan on the support group, which is it's the third Tuesday in January at 1 o'clock. And then let's talk about what it is that we set up as our processes.
Cool.
Cheryl, do you want to tell everyone?
I'm sorry. I have to bail. I have to go pick up my daughter from
Okay.
her lesson.
No,
So
thanks.
thank you. There is so much beautiful creativity going on here. You guys are all amazing, and I wish you the best this coming year. It was really an honor to be here. Thank you, Christine. I will talk to you soon.
Okay, sounds good.
I have
Bye.
to get the kids down too.
You have to go too?
But I will plan on seeing, I have to get the kids down for bed, but I'll plan on seeing you all hopefully this month. I think I'm going to join Christine for the 47 so I can keep up these first 6 months for sure.
Okay, good. I think I sent the link to you.
Good. So I'll be in touch. So nice to see everyone.
Bye, Mary.
Bye.
Let's hear Cheryl's story.
Cheryl, can you
I'll
hear
tell,
us?
and I think, yes, can you hear me now? Because my internet can you hear, or my,
We
Hi.
can, we
okay.
can hear you.
I think, hi. I think Kathy that we might have met or been in a coaching, it's not the coaching in from, but with West Michigan Coaches Cafe. Were you at seems like I heard your story and heard you talking a couple weeks ago. Does that sound familiar or no? For a coach, it's for coach, it was what's for coaches.
I mean,
And
I've
I
done
think it was
some.
you. It sounded like
I've done some
it was
things.
a few
like,
weeks
is it-
ago.
Would it be like through SCORE?
No, I don't think it was. No, because it's part of International Coaches Federation, ICF.
It's with, I think it's with Leah, right, Cheryl?
No,
Oh.
no.
I did like a
It's
webinar
with
thing.
Beth, yes, maybe that's what it was. But it wasn't a webinar. Because it was kind of like this type of a format, and it was about coaching and having your own business. Yeah.
Yeah, I may have been. I mean,
I
I've
can't
done a
remember
lot
who
of them,
was
so I
the-
lose track of,
Yeah.
I for the last year, I've just been like attending as many things that I thought would pertain and trying to absorb as much information as I can.
Yes. Yeah, but your story, and yeah, I think it was you. Well, let's see. So my story, I mean, just for the pandemic, I had left a job about it's going on 5 years ago. Wasn't a good fit and just wanted to venture out and actually look for another job, and then started working with a job coach, and then came upon the realization that I thought, wow, I could really do what she's doing, except as a health coach. These earbuds seem weird. And then, so she said, well, have you ever done a business before? And I said, no. So she had me do a little test, and the test, then I ventured out from there to do health coaching. But during this pandemic, the job that I was doing for the last 4 years was only like a part-time, a per diem, like 10 hours a week, which of course wasn't enough to live off from. But so we went through savings as well.